Joining us now from Advancing American Freedom, Senior Legal Fellow Hans von Spakovsky. How are you?
Hey, Ryan. I did okay. Mark probably stayed up too late watching the fireworks, right?
You can't hang, yeah.
A lot of it. Well, at a certain age, man, here's what I found. When I was younger, when there's fireworks shooting off around me, it'd keep me up all night. Now my hearing's so bad, I don't even hear them at night. I can't even. So the late nights, I've kind of aged out of the late nights. But it sounds like you were in Washington, D.C. over the weekend. Wow, were there some great festivities going on there.
Oh, there were. My son has an apartment that's across the Potomac River from D.C., and his balcony, we were sitting on his balcony watching all of the flybys of all the military aircraft. I mean, it was quite something. And then we took a break, went to my house, and it turned out the approach path for the mall for all these planes was literally right over my house. So my wife and I were standing in the middle of the street for quite a while, watching these planes go over every 15 to 20 minutes. It really was something. Wow. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow.
That is amazing. And a lot of pride there should be on the America's 250th anniversary. And I hear some of the speeches. I thought J.D. Vance had a fantastic speech. And sometimes you have to just break it down and you look at really some of the things that make this country unique, makes this country wonderful. And one of the things that J.D. Vance said, you can't really judge the nation based on its sins, which, by the way, we've tried to rectify best we can, but the grace and greatness that this country has left behind. What are your impressions now that you've gone through these festivities from the weekend and some of the thoughts that you have about this great country?
I tell you, it was very, first of all, it was spectacular. It was a terrifically organized celebration for our 250th anniversary. And I have to say, those who were negative about it, from Mondami in New York to others, that's very revealing about them. It's very revealing about their unlove for the United States. The way to think about this is, do you, on your anniversary, tell your wife about all her failures and faults and problems? No, you don't. You celebrate your wonderful beginning, however many years ago it was. And that was what happened in Washington. That's what happened with J.D. Vance and the president, even if there were others disparaging it. And people, look, it was extremely hot. I mean, very, very hot, but people were still having a good time. And I thought it was a great way to celebrate and hopefully continue another 250 years.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hans. Whenever I go to pick out a card for my husband for our anniversary, whenever the Hallmark cards, they're like $7, I always see them saying, "You suck. This has been a terrible marriage. I guess happy anniversary." Right? That's the mindset that we have. You make a really good point there. We've talked so much over this last week about the Supreme Court decisions, and that's, still something we're discussing. But you posted something on X. You shared something that I thought was very interesting, and it relates to Denver public schools. And I'm hoping you can explain that because it sounds like it could affect quite a few people.
Yeah, the Denver School Board has had a lawsuit filed against it because the members of that board, when they drew up the districts for the school board members, they were just blatantly saying that they were discriminating. They were drawing up their districts based on race because they wanted a black member and a Hispanic member, all the kinds of things that are strictly forbidden under our Constitution. They didn't try to hide it. They're proud of it. And so far, apparently, nobody had sued them and taken them to task for what is an outright violation, not just of the Constitution, but of federal civil rights laws. And this lawsuit, I think, would be like the first domino falling, because I'm sure there are a lot of other, for example, school boards across the country have done the same thing.
I find sometimes when you bring these issues up to school boards, that you're arrested. Like you can bring it up in front of a school board meeting and your point will be not taken, and then you will be taken out of the building itself. So they don't take too kindly to criticisms, a lot of school boards and things, but this is a serious issue. And I know the Supreme Court has looked at least for colleges when it comes to discrimination in admissions, but there really needs to be looked at more broadly how discrimination is applied, and this type of idea that you have to be able to say that we have to have certain amount of DEI hires, things like that, in order to make a more perfect type of board is ridiculous, and it is discriminatory on its own basis.
Oh, it's patronizingly racist. Because anyone who pushes that is saying the color of your skin determines how you think, what your political opinions are. And what's more racist than that?
I wonder, too, if that will be well received. Do you think people are just tired of this? Do you think the tide is turning?
Oh yeah. It's like, for example, the polling on should colleges take into account race when they're admitting students is overwhelmingly against it by all people. Whether it doesn't matter which political party they are, it doesn't matter which race they are. It's only the academic left, the media, and others who think that's a good idea.
Did we lose Hans?
Nope, I think we still, right? Are you there, Hans?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
there we go.
There.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm sorry. I think my headphones cut out there for a second. I apologize. All right, Hans, I know we're running out of time. I want to make sure we know where to send people, where they can check out your latest work, things like that. Where can they go?
They can go at H. von Spakovsky or to Advancing American Freedom, and they'll find everything I've written there.
You know, I hope that people are coming off a high from the weekend, 4th of July, in a good mood, recognizing what a great country this really is.